Hi everyone, so my video for today is a little bit different. What I want to show you guys how to do today is how to easily change an activity that was already created to something that you can reuse, right? So we have these activities, they take forever, especially if you are starting out, they take a really long time. This one in particular, I just finished today and it took me about 10 hours to finish it. It was a long time. It was in the course of a few days. It was just daunting. So the toughest part about this, if you have a really hard picture that you want to come up, well, it takes forever to create it. And then if it has a lot of colors, then it takes even longer to actually code to get your answers to work. So in this particular one, I already have it done, but let's say I wanted to make this something else. Well, I'm not teaching one-step equations, two-step equations, whatever, or maybe you are an English major and you don't teach math at all, but you found a picture that you really like. Before I teach you guys how to do this, I want to make it very clear that taking an activity from that somebody else created on Teachers Pay Teachers and changing it to something different, it is not ethical, right? You're supposed to use it. They are copywritten. For my activities, though, if you purchase any of mine, I don't care. So you have it on video, it doesn't matter. You can change them however you want. I think that's really the purpose, but I am in no way, shape, or form encouraging you to do that with other activities that you find online. Those should be used for their intended purpose. So this is mostly for something that you create that you want to reuse, or if you want to purchase one of mine that have already been created and change it, I don't care. But again, right, this is for something that you want to reuse and not have to go through all the trouble again. So with that said, the first thing you should do is make a copy. That way you have a fresh copy. So I'm going to make a copy of this one and I'm just going to call it playing around. So actually, let me cancel. You're going to go to File, make a copy, and then give it a title, playing around. And then you would save it on whatever folder you want. I'm going to go ahead and save it in my home drive, just in the front, so then I can find it quickly and erase it when we're done. Done. It's going to take a while because this one's a big one. So I wanted to show this one in particular because this one is it was a really tough picture. There's a lot of tiny pixels that are just different colors. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to go through here and delete all the problems that you don't need. You can worry about the instructions and all of that later because all of those things don't even affect the puzzle at all. So I'm just going through this one and just deleting. So I deleted everything. This one doesn't affect the picture at all, and that is because I wanted my students, when they did this particular activity, for them to see what it's going to look like. You can change that if you want it to, or you can just ignore this one and then you wouldn't put a problem here. You can start your problems down here. Okay, so now let's say I want this question to be, what is the square root of 36, right? And then the answer for that would be 6. And then this one I want to say, what color is a tiger? And then this would be orange, right? So it doesn't really matter what you're going to put here. This is obviously completely fake. And I'm just going to put in some fake answers. 5, 9, 3, 2, 11, negative 76. Pink, right? It doesn't matter as long as these are answers. 0, 3, 3, 3, 3. Just to be sure. Okay, so I just added solutions. You want to have the solutions on your solution portion, like on your solution, what is it called, column, because that way when you start changing it, you can see the pixels appear. So if you are doing it correctly, the pixels should start popping up. Okay, so then you're going to highlight your entire work area. Only because I know mine, this one is a little mermaid and it has a little tail that goes out of it, I'm going to go past it. If you don't have anything that goes past your box, you do not have to highlight past it. Then I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to conditional formatting. And now I see all the formatting that happened to get this picture here. Any of the ones that are blanks, like these, because it's just for the background, you can delete those and it doesn't affect anything anymore. So again, if they have a blank like this, see how there's nothing in the answer, it's just the quotation marks, you can delete those. Or you can just know that you can ignore them. You can skip them over. It's not going to change anything here. So let's start here. This was E11 and I wanted the answer to be 3. E11 is this first one here. Well, I no longer want it to be 3. Now I want it to just be 6. So see, now that popped up. Done. Then you're going to go to the next one. I want E16, which would be this one, to be the word orange. So I would erase and go to orange. Done. And now the pixels popped up. Next one. I want E21, which would be this one. I want it now to be 5. So I'm going to erase this and go 5. Make sure you leave the quotations in there. The next one, E26, I want it to now be 9. Done. The next one. So that's really all you're doing. The next one is this one, and I want it to be 3. Done. The next one, I want it to be 2. Done. The next one, E46, I want it to be 11. The next one is number 9 here, which is E51. Yep. So I'm going to erase this and make this -76. Done. This one, E56, I now want it to be, so E56 is here. I know it's hard to read the numbers, but I can kind of just tell what they are. I can tell that that's 47 because that's 45. So I just go down and try to see what number that is. So we want that to be the word pink. Done. This one is, oh, we're going to go back up to E16. So just be careful that they're not always in order. We were just lucky that those were there. So back to E16. E16 is this one. So we want this one to be the word orange. And we can delete that. E11, that's this one here. So we want that to be 6. See, the picture just starts forming. It's actually super quick. So these are not hard to edit at all. And you are saving so much time by not having to recreate the whole thing from scratch. So if maybe you teach more than one prep, you have 2 classes and you want to use it for both, this is a good way to do that. So now let's go back. E66, I think that's this one here. Let's check. Is 0. Yep. Now let's say you got the wrong one. So see how right now I said, I think that's the one it. So this one, it's E66 again. So it's going to have more than one color pop up at the same time, which I do that a lot when it's a complicated picture. But let's say I went, oh, E66 is this one, and I'm picking the wrong one, and I'm thinking it's pink. So I'm going to write pink in here. Nothing's going to change because that's not the answer on there. So I'll know something's wrong because the pixels didn't pop up. So then you just go back and just make sure you write it exactly how you wanted to, which was just the number 0. I need that one. This one, custom x equals 1. What is that? I just realized I have a mistake on this one. I gotta go fix it. This is, let's see what I wanted this to be. It's 11. So it would be the same one. E66. Let's change that. I'm just retyping the, is that it? I want E66 to be 0. E66. I guess it was nothing. I didn't have anything selected, or what is that? Oh, it's just this one up here. I do remember what happened. Okay, so we can delete that. So I don't have a mistake. It's just, see how this one turned green? Now I just recall, I remember like I didn't know what happened to that one. We're just going to delete it. We don't need it. It's going to pop up later. Okay, let's go back to this. This one, E71. That would be this one here. So we want that to be 3. See, now it popped up gray like it should. And delete. And this one here is also 3, E71. Done. And then this one doesn't need it. And E71 again, 3. Sorry that I'm whispering. I don't know why. This one, E71 again, 3. Done. E71 again, 3. Done. So then that way when they type in that answer, all of those pop up at the same time. The reason why I do that is because sometimes, like, this is all the skin color that comes up. And sometimes if a student's working really fast, they won't see that any pixels populated. So they'll think their answer is wrong. So I'd rather make sure that I pick a lot of them to make it obvious when they do get an answer correct. So it just helps them go a little bit faster and also have a little bit more confidence. E76 now, that should be 3. I guess all these answers now at the end were 3. 3. E76 again, 3. This one is because it was so temperamental. I had, even though it's all black, I had to do it a couple of different times. 3. 81, it was 3 again. 3. And one more. 3. And one more. 3. 3. So again, it's a little bit tedious, but it's a lot less tedious than doing this from scratch. Right, so 3, one more, 3, 86 was also 3, 3, 51, where are we on 51? That's this one, negative 76. Oh, I know what this is. This is just, we actually don't need these. It's just in the other activity, there was more than one possible answer because it is a decimal point. I wanted students to be able to put 3 over 4.75. Some students would inevitably do 0.750. Some other ones would do 0.75. So I tried to create as many options as I could so that students don't get marked wrong incorrectly. So I'm just going to delete those because we don't need them. Or you can just leave them there and it doesn't affect anything. And that's it. You're done. Now you have a worksheet that works for whatever solutions you wanted. right? So I'm assuming you would already have some sort of problems here. And then all you have to do is change your directions. And this is just as easy as clicking on this and you type away what you want. So yeah, it's just typing. Or you can delete the whole thing and just type directions. And then you can, you can leave that there because those directions are just that if your answer is correct, you get your thing. So I hope that this helps you to edit any ones that you created. So I did have the full video on how to make these from scratch. So I will link that in the description. If you do want to create one of these videos from scratch, if you do want to create one of these activities from scratch, and then you can keep recreating that one or repurposing that picture for whatever you would like. So again, I will also link my Teachers Pay Teachers account with all the ones that I've created. My students love these. I think as teachers, anytime that I have shared them with my team, they like them too because they're cool. Students want to see what picture shows up. So I keep challenging myself to make harder and harder ones. That way when students are starting to do these activities, they don't know what's coming. So I really do like to just have them guess, like, what do you think it's going to be? And then it just ends up being a fun activity. And even though they're doing math, they're having fun while they're doing it. So I love that. I hope that you found this video helpful. And yeah, I never thought I'd be making more of these videos, but here I am. I hope I will make another one soon. I think my next one is going to be some sort of activity with Google Slides. And also, I have been sharing a lot of freebies that are not linked to my Teachers Pay Teachers or anything like that on the Facebook group that I created for math teachers. So if you are a math teacher and that's something that interests you, hop on over. I will link that into the description as well. Thanks for watching.